Second day of strikes and demonstrations in Tehran's Bazaar. The strikes and protests of the merchants of Tehran's shoe bazaar entered their second day on Sunday. The protesters, who started their strike due to high prices and a lack of access to basic goods necessary for their line of work, chanted "Death to high prices and death to the dictator," targeting the regime in its entirety. According to reports obtained by the MEK network, security forces are threatening merchants and trying to force them into opening their shops. But the strikers continue to refuse to open for business, and their numbers continue to grow. Last week, protests erupted in several cities, with slogans being chanted against the highest authorities of the regime. Clashes ensued between protesters and security forces. US General: Iran's Qasem Soleimani at heart of malign activity in Mideast. General Joseph Votel, commander of the US Central Command, has said that Iran is central to an expensive and expansive campaign of malign activity in the Middle East. In tweets on Sunday, General Votel said, "It is clear to me that Qasem Soleimani and the IRGC Quds Force is at the heart of an expensive and expansive campaign of malign activity in the region, including in Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Bahrain and Yemen. Those malign and destabilizing activities threaten regional security and stability, and are not in the best interest of the Iranian people," he added. Iraqi PM Abadi cancels visit to Iran amid backlash on US sanctions. Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi has cancelled a visit to Iran, his press office said on Sunday, as the premier came under strong Iranian criticism over his stand on renewed US sanctions against Tehran. Abadi will still go ahead with a planned visit to Turkey on Tuesday, but has scrapped the Iran leg of his trip because of his busy schedule, his office said. An Iraqi official has said on Saturday that Abadi would visit both neighbouring Turkey and Iran to discuss economic issues. According to Iraqi political sources, speaking on condition of anonymity, Iran initially agreed to the visit, but changed its mind because it was unhappy about Abadi's remarks. The premier said last Tuesday that Iraq, which relies on neighbouring Iran as a source of cheap imports, would reluctantly comply with US sanctions against Tehran that took place the same day. Death penalty not the answer to Iran's economic woes, rights charity says. Human Rights Watch has warned that Iranian officials are trying to head off a looming economic crisis with threats of new rights-abusing policies, including applying the death penalty for economic crimes. Executions, an inhumane and inherently irreversible punishment, are never the answer, and in this case can only distract from other causes of this economic turmoil, the New York-based rights watchdog said in an August 10th statement. Today, officials increasingly talk about the need to combat corruption at every level, Human Rights Watch said. Yet, to do so requires an independent judiciary that ensures due process of rights for all of those accused. The group added that the Iranian judiciary's long record of violating detainees' rights and wanton application of the death penalty raises grave concerns.